welcome to my journey. It is Monday. Listen, we're going thrifting. Let me tell you, I'm not going to get my discounts, but that's fine. I can't go tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday. I'm going to be balls to the wall getting ready for Christmas. Everything I hadn't done this weekend, I had a list, big list, and it took me 3 days to get everything done on that list, and I finished this morning. So I said, well, I don't want to miss my thrifting trip. I mean, you know, and then I can't do it tomorrow because I've got so much to do tomorrow to get ready for Wednesday. So I said, well, since I got everything on my old list, I haven't made a new list yet, that we'll just go ahead and take the afternoon and go. Oh, just stay in the road, girl. There you go. And the thing about it is I couldn't start this morning anyway, because on Mondays, Nazareth doesn't open till 1. So this is the perfect time if I can hit the, oh, I should have gone to C-Van first and then come up here and I could have hit 85. Shoot, I didn't plan that too good. It don't matter, we'll figure it out. So I think I will hit C-Van today, because I don't normally do it, because when, you know, I'm at my Goodwill down here for the senior day, it's always too early to go to C-Van. So today we'll hit it. We will not go to By His Grace today because they don't open on Monday. They do their U-Haul stuff on Monday. But listen, I sound like a Scrooge. I'm not a Scrooge, but I'm so glad I did not make myself do all the Christmas things this year that I typically do. All the baking of the treats and the cookies and the candies. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not doing it. I'm having dessert, 2 desserts for our dinner, and that's it. I'm not making cookies or candies, and I'm so glad, because I don't feel like it. And I know some of you really wanted Vlogmas, but I'm so glad I didn't do Vlogmas, because I just have not felt like it. I'm just not, I don't want to say I'm not in the Christmas spirit, but I mean, I am, but not in the spirit of doing things. Does that make sense? I'm in the spirit like, okay, it's Christmas, my babies, I get to see all my babies, my big babies, my little babies, my family, you know, all that. Get to play our games, have a meal together, you know, all that good stuff. But I didn't put a whole lot of work into it. I mean, I have. Listen, oh, excuse me, if you've already seen my games video, that's why I titled it Perfection Not Required, Just Fun. Because after I got that Christmas tree through, I looked at that thing. I had it sitting in the middle room. I got it sitting on the easel so it won't get messed up. I looked at that thing, I'm like, oh my Lord, that is pitiful looking. It looked like something Jacob would have done. He probably would have done a better job than I did. But you know what? Ain't nobody gonna care. Listen, my family ain't that family. My family ain't that family that nitpicks anything worrying about what it looks like or how you dressed or none of that. We're not what you get, what you give. We're not that family. We're just happy to be together and have a good time, and nobody cares what anybody else is like. You know what I mean? Let's see, should I leave this here or here? I think there's better. So they're not going to care that it's crooked. They're just going to have a fun time playing. So I was going to put the pictures of the games on the thumbnail. I'm like, if y'all see that, you might not want to make it. You might not want to play it. Look, our McDonald's over here is finally open. Me and David got breakfast from there Saturday. He asked me, that's one of our typical things we do, is we eat breakfast on Saturday. Here lately we've been going down to the townhouse, to the little restaurant. But sometimes, like, he asked me that night, when he goes to work, he'll say, well, what do you want in the morning? You want to go anywhere or whatever? I said, well, I tell you what, I said, the way I've been sleeping, I don't know. I said, let's just decide in the morning. He said, okay, we'll decide in the morning. Well, he got home and I had slept late. I was not in the mood to put on clothes and go out. And besides, at the point that I went, they were going to have, and the restaurant we go to is small. and it's always crowded. And they were going to have some kind of market set up in there to sell stuff. So I don't know where they were going to sell stuff and serve people. And I told them, I said, I don't want to go there for sure. I said, why don't I just put us in a mobile order on McDonald's and just run down there to the new one. So that's what we did. We just got us a little breakfast. Listen, every time, and Holly's the one to turn me on to the McDonald's app. If you eat McDonald's and you don't have the app, you're doing it wrong, because you get all kind of app exclusive deals where you get, like, there was a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit for $2. That was a deal. And you get points for when you order. And so, like, I can about every time get Jacob a free Happy Meal, because when it's the 4 of us, you know McDonald's ain't cheap. So you get all kind of special prices and things like that. So I like it. I like the thing. Listen, I'll tell you, I ain't cooked. I didn't cook. Let's see. I was gonna make hot dogs Sunday and eat out Saturday, because I told you we always eat out anyway. Well, I told David, I said, we was talking about we was wanting a fish plate, but the last time we went to Mayflower, it just wasn't good, and I have been scared to go back. The prices were jacked up, and the last couple times we've been there, hardly nobody been there. So we're like, I don't know if they're going through their product and actually keeping it fresh, because the catfish strips I got were gross. I even had the manager come over there. I didn't want anything else. I didn't want to try anything else. And so I've been scared to go back, because I think the quality has gone down. Well, we was thinking anywhere else is a good fish plate. There ain't no more fish camps around here. Fish camps is a thing of the past. Well, there is one, but then we're like, well, you have to have cash. And we didn't feel like going to get cash, because they don't take a card at that place. They just take cash. I didn't have enough on me, and he didn't have enough on him, and we didn't feel like going to get none, because we'd have to go the other way and then go down that way. So we're like, well, let's just don't get fish. We'll go get them. We'll go there when we actually got some cash on us. Okay. He says, well, you've been wanting a hot dog from Whataburger for a while. I said, yeah, I'm making hot dogs tomorrow. I said, but we can get a hot dog. So we ended up going to Whataburger Saturday night and went inside to eat. And then Sunday night, oh my gosh, yesterday I had the worst backache. Oh my gosh, it was terrible, and it would not stop. It just would not stop. And I was having to do all I was having to do, and I was struggling through it. And I just told David, I said, I'm just not cooking tonight. When I don't feel good, he don't care. Sometimes I can push through, and sometimes I can't. And I was just too tired from everything I had to do yesterday on my list, and then from hurting so bad. So we got us a salad from Zaxby's. That's what we got. And they were out of grilled chicken. He said everybody and their mama in there was getting salad. So he got the fried. We never had the fried. We got the Cobb salad. But they call them salads with a Z. But, you know, we always get the grilled chicken. We had never had the fried. Oh, it was good. Now, I have in years past had their little nibbler. I can see when I talk, I am spitting. That is disgusting. The sun is shining on it. But I have had their little nibblers, the little sandwiches like that big. Oh, it was good. Well, I didn't realize how good that fried chicken that they cut up and put on your salad was. Oh my gosh. It might not have been the healthiest of grill, but it sure was tasty. So I didn't eat my whole salad, of course, because they're huge. They bring them out on a huge plate they give you. But I did eat my chicken, and I ate my piece of bread. They have shrunk up their piece of Texas toast. It used to be huge. It is not huge anymore. Just like everywhere you go. Listen, when we went to KFC last week, you know I told you he needed his KFC fix. Well, he got it. Their biscuits, you ought to see their biscuits. They've shrunk, and I've noticed this for the past how many every times. They've shrunk their biscuits down. So, listen, last week before, I told you I ordered pizza, whenever that was. It wasn't this past week. It was the week before, I think. I don't know. But they have, I think I told you, little wings. Those are things, and I think, yeah, we talked about this. They were little wings, the size that wings used to be before they started pumping them full of growth hormones or whatever it is they do to them, or they have genetically modified them to where they get big as turkeys. You know what I mean? So they were very good. They were not gamey tasting. Sometimes the big pieces of chicken to me is gamey tasting. It just is. So we did that. But tonight, I don't know what I'm gonna cook. I didn't even look. Listen, before I left, Alexa spoke up and said, "This is a reminder. Do you have meat to thaw?" And I told David, I said, "Tell that bee to shut up and don't talk to me." Because every time I hear her say that, it reminds me, you gotta cook. Well, I don't know what I was gonna cook today because I didn't bother looking. I just said, I'm leaving. I'll come up with something. We'll have something to eat. I will feed that man. Listen, he was at work. He normally eats in his truck. And he said the other night when I had cooked spaghetti, he was sitting there and he said, one of them boys said, that spaghetti looks good. He said, it is. He said, and another one said, Mama fixed you up, didn't she? And he told me, he said, I told him, he said, yeah, she always does. And I ain't got no complaints about her. She's a good one. However, he said, I said, did you say that about me? He said, yes, I talk about you all the time. I'm like, you do not. He said, yes, I do. I'm like, oh, how sweet. I said, well, you was eating in the break room? He said, yeah. He said, when you go down there, he said, the break room is a good piece from the dispatch. And they got a little hole. They got the plexiglass at dispatch and a little hole that you can hear through. And when they call your name, you can't hear it because he said, some of these guys, he said, us older guys, we're just like, okay, shut up so we can hear our name, so we can get our bills and we can go. He said, some of these other guys, he said, all they want to do is just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Never breathe, never shut their mouth. He said, some of the guys, we're just sitting there looking at each other like, shut up. And if the dispatcher calls your name and you don't hear it, then they get mad. But he said she got mad at him last week before, because his phone went straight to voicemail. She said, I tried to call you on your truck phone and couldn't get you either. He said, well, then that sounds like a you problem, because if and when he got home, he said he tested his phone. He said it rang. He said, if you couldn't get my phone and my truck phone, which has nothing to do with my cell service, that's y'all, then it must have been your phone. So he said he just went in there and figured he don't like to sit there and eat with people. He just don't. He likes just to be by himself. That's how he is. So he said he's sitting there and eats so he could hear his bills so she wouldn't get mad at him. Listen, sometimes they're pretty crowded today. I don't never come on my non-sale day. But ooh, it is chilly out here. Let me tell y'all, it is supposed to be in the 70s over Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. That ain't correct. I know it ain't gonna snow. There's nowhere close to snow. Which, a white Christmas is pretty, but it needs to go away so my family can come. Because if I have a white Christmas and my family can't get to my house, I'm not gonna be happy. You know what I mean? So, white Christmas is pretty, but I don't want it messing up my family time or their family time with other things they have to do. But it's supposed to be like 72, 73 Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I don't think so. I'm gonna have to turn the air conditioner on just to make me think it's winter time. And all them people in my little house, whoo, I was thinking today, how are we gonna all crowd around and play these games in my little living room? If I had the big room fixed, there'd be no problem because it's a big room. But my little front room is not big. So it's going to be interesting to see how we do this. So anyway, well, let me go here and see if I find anything. I'll be back for something. Okay. Ooh, hold on. Make sure ain't nobody, because we got kind of crowded here today. I didn't find anything in like the houseware section, nothing like that. But you know, I said I'm not going to look for t-shirts, but guess what? Well, I looked, first of all, I'll show you the stuff when I get home. I found a cute little suit for Wesley. And then, of course, I went to look at t-shirts. It's something I've been thinking about doing for a couple months now. And eBay, their fees have gone up, but I look at t-shirts so much and I see shirts that I know will resell, because you'd be surprised the resale on even used shirts, especially if they're vintage or specialty shirts. I've seen some that I know I could sell. I'm like, nah, don't even bother. Just don't bother. Well, this is something that's easy to ship in a padded envelope. It's not going to break, so I don't have to worry about that. And I have padded envelopes at home that I had from still way back from when I used to sell stuff on eBay, back when I had to sell all my cookbooks them years ago, you know. So today I decided I'm going to try to sell, have a t-shirt business on eBay. See if I can recoup some of my shopping money. If I can make a profit, yay. I don't want to do it just to not make a profit, obviously, because that's too much trouble. But I picked some out today. It would have been and will be ideal when I'm here on Tuesdays, because I'll get 25% off. And I did look, their t-shirts are $4.99. So I've got $5 in a t-shirt, and I used my camera on the eBay app to snap it and see if there are any like it and what they're going for. Some of them I'm like, oh, okay, that's good. And some of them were like, I don't think I'll bother with that. So I'm looking forward to see how I can do with that. I've seen short clips, videos and things. People will pick up even holy shirts that are old from yard sales and sell them for, you know, whatever they sell them for, just depending on the subject matter. So I will be looking for t-shirts everywhere I go. I did get me one t-shirt's all I found, and it's a Kannapolis t-shirt of all t-shirts, and I found one for Joan. She said, let me Venmo you. I'm like, no. No. So anyway, I'll show you what I got when we get home, and all I know is we can wish me luck if I can make a little bit of money to support my habit, you know. I remember the other week there was a strawberry shortcake t-shirt, and I knew I should have got it. And there was a Lilo and Stitch, and I knew I should have got it because those would sell big. Those two things are big. I wouldn't mind selling on eBay, but like I told you before, I don't want to sell breakables. Some things I'm just not comfortable. And you read horror stories, and I know you shouldn't say that's for everything, but I don't know. I'm not in a place in my life where I want to be bothered by a bunch of drama selling stuff. This is a t-shirt. You either want it or you don't. You know what I mean? There's nothing to be broke about it. If I look and make sure there's no holes, and I tell you there's no holes, or if there is a hole, I tell you there's a hole, whatever. There's nothing that, knock on wood, I think could go wrong with selling a t-shirt. And it's something easy. I'll wash them. I'll get some fragrance-free cleaners, because some people don't like to get fragrance when they order stuff, you know. I'll get some fragrance-free cleaner, wash everything before I send it, and we'll just see how it goes. So anyway, I am now headed down to C-Van, and you know what? I don't even know if they got t-shirts, because I've never looked. Never, ever, one time. And most of the t-shirts, I'm going to say, most are men's that I get. They are. Oh, yeah, I'll swing back. I know how. I'm thinking, I'll go back up the boulevard and hit my Goodwill, and then head on out and hit the interstate and hit Salisbury. That's what I'm on. Oh, yeah. We're doing good. So anyway, I'm going to head down to C-Van. Okay, I'm back home. I'm sitting low, so I don't know if I look weird on here or not. I was sitting in this little short chair to work on my saran wrap ball, and I didn't change. But I didn't film anymore in the car because I was just riding around. Today, I did not buy anything. This is the only thing different that I bought. How cute is this for the baby? How cute is that? And that was at the Goodwill. And then everything else, every single piece else was a t-shirt. You know, the big, like, you know what size Marshall's bags always were? That's what size Goodwill bags you can buy. 2 bags full of t-shirts. Y'all, I hope these things sell. I was taking a picture like on the eBay. I was Google Lens. I was doing to see, if I thought it was, some things I saw, they were for sale on there, but it was oversaturated. I'm like, I'm not going to buy it and throw another one in there when there's already 6 for sale that aren't selling right now. So I didn't do it. And then some I did. But I'm not going to show you all those because there's way too many. But I am going to show you the ones that I found for me because I needed more t-shirts. I don't hardly have any. And this is the same day. I had to change because I come home and I went over there and ate me half of a sandwich. And I spilled mayonnaise from the top of my shirt all the way. I had to go in there and spray like the whole front of the shirt. There were spots everywhere. So I just put on this old house t-shirt, this old house thingy. So I found me this. I feel like hold on, I'm going to back you up. I feel like now I found me another Carolina shirt. And looky here. This one feels too big, but it's a 2X, but it feels really big. If it's too big, it just is. And then I found, I'm going to save that one to last. It's my favorite. And then look what I found. I've never seen a Kannapolis shirt, well, brand new that you can't afford, but not for $2.99. So I got that. And then this one, when I saw it, I'm like, oh, I can sell that easy. And then I looked at the size. I'm like, you ain't selling that. My man, Alan Jackson. Oh, I'll be wearing that. You better bet money on it. So that's all I did today was buy t-shirts for my new budding business. Wish me luck. Like I told y'all, I told David, I said, if I could just make enough to support my thrifting habit, I'll be happy. Because it's going to be easy to maintain, I think. It's you don't have to do like when I sold books, big book descriptions and all this and that. It's very easy to describe, very easy to ship. I'm going to get some, I don't know if I already told you, I'm going to get some fabric, some detergent, like Free and Clear or something, so I can wash everything, make sure there's no odors in it. And I don't want to wash it like in my gain or anything because some people don't like scented clothes. So I thought if I could do that, that would be better to have something neutral. And then everything will be nice and clean. I can take a nice picture of it, and all that. So anyway, this is a very short video. I do hate I missed my 25% discount because $2.99 for those t-shirts minus 25% would have been good. I was saying $4.99 in the car. Well, I did get, I think, a couple that was $4.99. Still 25% off of that would have been good too. But there's always next week. So I hope I don't get too many and then don't do good. But I'm going to keep good records. How much I spent on, I know I sorted them out so I know how many that were $2.99 and how many was $4.99. The last Goodwill I went in, the one that I don't always go in, but I have been lately, I did not know until today, as many years as I've been going in that store, they also have a t-shirt section for $2.99, just like my Goodwill. So I spotted today, I always very rarely look in the men's t-shirts because they never have anything good. I'm like, what do they do with their t-shirts? And I was looking and I looked up, I saw the word t-shirt, $2.99. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I found some in there. So now I'm happy. There's two Goodwills that I know I can find good shirts in. And I didn't just look at my size, I looked at all the sizes. And I found a lot of t-shirts. I'm thinking with $3 in it, surely I can make something. Some are going to be better than others because I looked them up and I got some good ones. I got lucky and found some real good ones today. And so that's all. This is, you're watching this on, see, I went today is Monday. I'm going to go ahead and try to put this up for tomorrow, for Tuesday. So hopefully you're seeing this on Tuesday. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. And Wednesday, I'll probably have my slaw up. I'm showing you how I made my barbecue and fish slaw. And Thursday, we're doing a tag, a Christmas Day tag me and Joan and Edie and Sandy and Denise. Hers is on her second channel, but in the description box, everybody will be linked. So stick around Christmas Day if you want something to watch and watch a Christmas tag. So then after that, I guess Friday will be weigh-in, and I don't know if there'll be a menu planning grocery haul on Saturday or not. I'm just going to tell you, there's a fat chance there will be. So I think we got something scheduled for the rest of the week. So see you tomorrow. Since you're seeing this today, Tuesday, tomorrow will be slaw, I guess. Okay. And since I won't talk to you again, I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas and Santa Claus is good to you. And just have a good Christmas. So I'll see you.